Hey, welcome back everybody. We are in a lobby for Future versus Namshar top NA action. Of course, I know. Namshar used to be a European player, right? Yeah, you're right. Stay here because he did move to Canada. Now he is competing in the NA region. So guys, give it up for this new NA classic. Namshar versus Future. Namshar lately, he has been doing pretty well. I know he has been playing a lot of lurkers lately, and on ladder he made it into the top 16 on the server. I'm actually not sure how far he got, because I did see a post where he was ranked number 1, and I did see a post where he was top 16. So I'm checking, and he is rank number 2. It's rank number 2. Currently rank number 2. Let's see if here we want to go on NA. He's ranked number 6. Number 2 on NA. In GM, but overall, when it comes to MMR, he's ranked number 6. Ranked number 1 being Neeb with 6,806 MMR. Oh, and there's Parting with 6,567 MMR. But we are not observing Parting, we are observing Future versus Namshar. And the first map will be Lightshade, of course. This matchup will be played on the new map, so give it up for the Zerg player spawning in the blue trunks on the top left of the Lightshade. He is Namshar, representing Psystorm Gaming, and representing Team Alpha X. He's a Red Terran player. He is spawning in the bottom right. Give it up for Future. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, wait a second. Is this one of Euthermal's classics? Did Future listen to Euthermal? Did he? Is this... Okay, if he starts adding additional barracks, this is Reaper, Mass Reaper, which could work out pretty well, but there is a small bug on this map where your Reapers get stuck down here if they are trying to get into this area. If you press them here, 1 or 2 at least will get stuck here in a loop, just circling each other. Oh, it's not a Reaper? Oh, you cheeky boy, what are you doing? Okay, so we see a Marine opener. He's still got the early gas, so I'm guessing we will see a pretty early factory joining up soon. Will he wall off with the factory? Is this a perfect wall off? It looks like it, right? Yeah. Okay. Now, Future, what's your plan from here on out? Are you going 16 Marine? 16 Marine drop? Or is this... Oh my god. This has to be the most awkward. Oh, this wall is looking so awkward. Oh no. Oh no. Uh, it's a shame that it didn't quite close off the wall. Okay, we are putting the barracks in front of there. It's getting a starport in the main. So Namshar seeing everything that Future is doing with one scouting circling. He still has another overlord towards the main base. I think you could perfectly go for okay, Future is already patrolling. But what I wanted to say is Night is Warm over here. That looks pretty decent. Now Future is trying to assert his presence on the map, and another thing that is coming is a fusion core. Okay, now I'm curious. Is this going? Okay, it's going to be battle cruiser. Tech lab on the way, battle cruiser. But we have seen Cure perform a Liberator range build in the GSL. So I was already getting curious if we might see something like that. Could still be something like that, right? Oh, Namshar is answering with a Roach Warren. I wouldn't be surprised if he just holds the R button pressed down to counter what Future is doing and to just brute force his way through map number 1. That could very well be the case. Player on the way as well. Is this only for... Oh, not the best trades, but 3 Hellions make it into the main, and now he can start killing off drones. If he finds the damage, this is good, but does not look like he is finding the damage. He is getting stim behind all of this, but the stim pack is so endangered of getting overrun by roaches if Namshar should decide to just walk across the map, kill off everything with roaches. But as it is right now, he's not in fact, he's not building any roaches. He's just waiting for the battle cruiser to come in, and the battle cruiser does come in. He will get 2-3 drone kills already. Might take down a couple of overlords. Let's see how much damage this battle cruiser can actually do. 3 drones. That's it. Now there are a bunch of overlords going into the main to see what's going on. Namshar sees, okay, there is bio coming up to this battle cruiser build. Another Marine with a dream. Go for it, Marine. Go get this overlord. No, don't turn around. Okay, turn around. Run, little Marine. Run, little Marine. No. They ate this Marine. No, he had a dream. He was a boy with a dream. Imagine you're like, yes, I get to pilot a battle cruiser, one of the most powerful ships in the Terran arsenal, in the Terran fleet. And then all you get to do, you don't get to fight brute lords or any carriers or anything, but what you get to do is kill off 3 drones, and then oh, I guess he got 5 drones. You kill off a bunch of drones, and then you get to kill off. You only get to kill off creep. Like you went through the process of piloting, of getting the license to pilot this big battle cruiser, and then you have to deal with creep tumors. Can't Marines do that? Speaking of Marines, that was quite nice for future. Lifts up, goes into the main base. Will try his best over here as well. A bunch of Zerglings are joining the fight in the main base. Future deciding to just trade on face to face with those Zerglings. Oh, another drop! And now this is looking really scary. How many banelings do we have? 8? 8 morphing in? Oh, Namshar loses a hatchery, and I don't think that the hatchery will be the only thing that he loses, because Future is already going into the main base. He's dropping his army over here, and this tank will be super important. Picks up, gets on out of there. And now the battle cruiser is warping across the map. He finds a hatchery, which is just about halfway done, not even halfway down. And once again the Marines are fighting Zerglings. This battle cruiser suddenly this battle cruiser captain is like, okay, I guess I take it, and then he's like, no, Mutalisks! He was so young. He only had his license for a day. And then his commander told him to clear creep. And just when he was about to get to the real action, when he was about to show what he was able to do, Mutalisks showed up and fished him out of the sky. Now, those Marines have a dream. And the dream is not dying to banelings, because that must hurt. Dying to banelings must be the most hurtful thing. Yeah, I think that must be the most hurtful thing. If you die to... Okay, never mind. Namshar is engaging. The tanks are focus firing down those banelings, and the baneling numbers have dwindled down rapidly. And now Future can take position once again with those Marines, taking down the hatchery. He is waiting for +2 attack and armor upgrades for his infantry. And with those Widow Mines, I think he will just barely be able to keep this push going, especially with reinforcing Marines coming in. Takes down an Overlord, and now it's only Mutalisks and Zerglings. Future takes map number 1. Okay, guys, for all of you who have not contributed yet, there's a link on top of this chat. It's the link to a Matcherino post page. You go to that link, you press contribute, then you sign up, or you sign up before, I don't care. You sign up and then you make money appear out of thin air. And then you become an esport hero, verified esport hero. You heard it here first. People who contribute with those coupon codes on Matcherino become esport heroes, because they make money appear for players that are doing their very best to entertain us. Two of those players are Future and Namshar. So guys, make sure to get on over to Matcherino and press contribute, and then copy paste in APS 205 as the Metrino code. Okay, so Jagannatha has the funny bug that you don't have the 3, 2, 1 countdown. Those new maps are just amazing. Let's get to the introduction of the players. Spawning in the bottom left, he's the blue Zerg player representing Psystorm Gaming. Give it up for Namshar. Spawning in the top right, he's the red Terran player representing Team Alpha X. Give it up for Future. There you go. Future is up 1-0. Oh, sorry guys. This is the second series we are doing tonight. First series, of course, Solier versus Vindicta. For all of you who missed that one, you guys get prepared for a long series, because we went the full distance, 9 matches, and it was amazing. It was straight up amazing. Oh, Future. Oh, Future. Okay, let's see if he gets a factory and a second gas, because if so, I think we are looking at a build that that Time did against Sarah, where you go for a really strong and quick Hellbat timing, but I think you need a second gas, right? No second gas so far, so I guess we're not seeing a Hellbat timing, but we are seeing a double marine opening, which is, and I don't think I'm taking away too much, uncommon in this matchup. So let's see how Namshar will compete with this. First of all, he is going to scout the commands in the center in the natural, and then he'll see a bunch of marines. Okay, he sees 4 marines, and now he should think, wait a second, there is no Reaper? 4 marines? What's happening here? And then you out there watching this match, you will say, haha, there are 2 barracks coming in. So this is a 16 marine drop. Or is it? Well, for a drop you still need a starport, right? Without a starport you can't drop. Or rather, without a starport you can't build medivacs, and then you can't drop. Now on the other side, for Namshar, we see +1 armor carapace coming in for the Zerg player, and we have a 3rd base. Now I wonder why you go for armor first. Those 2 players are already pulling out some interesting builds. Now Stim is halfway done. Okay. Would have expected the double medivac production, but we are seeing continued Hellion production. So this is not going to be a drop, rather it's going to be a push. Now I wonder how well this will work out, especially if Namshar keeps on spreading creep, because then Future will have a super hard time pushing across the creep. And if Namshar sees what's coming, he sees the marines, he's building 28 Zerglings. Okay, 20. Okay, Spreading his creep a little bit more, but Future is already moving across the map. Armory is done now. Just when he is about to hit. This is... Oh my god, this timing is so sweet. The sweetness of this timing is amazing. Only one Baneling though, and the one Baneling... Oh, never mind. There are a bunch of Banelings actually, but the Zerglings will get taken down by the Hellbats, and the rest of the Marines will have to evacuate after a small little chase. The Zerglings. The pack. The pack. In the nature, these units always hunt as a pack. They like to play with their food before they take it down to eventually not eat it, but to just leave it there to rot. Ladies and gentlemen, today we will be covering the mysteries that is the Zergling. The mystery that is the Zergling. The Zergling is a mediocre sized unit with wings on its back and a funny blue color. Can run really fast, so even if you get into your car, you will probably not get away. Another special thing about the Zergling is that it hatches from an egg, but usually it does not hatch on its own, more with a brother or a sister for that matter. There are always two, there are. No more, no less. Spire on the way here for Namshar. Getting that 4th base as well, and with the creep spreading into this direction, you're just so safe against any kind of pressure towards that 4th base, which the Terran player would normally try to push. This time around though, the Terran player has to first push away the creep that already covers the 4th base, making it a lot harder to deal damage. 2nd armory coming in. Did I miss something? Did he forget about the 1st armory that he built for the Hellbat timing? Oh, will he get the cancel? No, he does not. Will he get the... No, Namshar is already in position with a bunch of Zerglings and Banelings. Could have been a nice move though. Future once again trying to go into the main base. Is going into the main base indeed. Bunch of Zerglings and Banelings are coming in, and now Future's main army is approaching as well. Namshar, he just pressed drones. No! He was building drones and now he's facing off against a really strong Terran army with +1 attack. 4 tanks? 4 tanks. Bunch of Marines. Oh, this is not looking good for Namshar, is it? He is going for a small counterattack, but there's already enough Terran army to push it back. And with +2/+2 on the way for the Terran player, I don't see Namshar winning this anymore. Okay, getting on top of those tanks immediately is great, and he not only takes down the tanks, but also has all of the Marines cornered in this behind this mineral line. Additional Marines coming in though, and with those additional Marines, Future might just be able to take it. Oh my god, this is so close! Can he take it? Can he push back the Zerg infestation? Can he bring victory to the motherland? To the Terran motherland? Namshar doing everything to get enough units out to deal with those Marines, but the tank was... Oh my god, is this actually enough? Like, honestly guys, this is so close. Future is trying to push across the map, but every time... Oh, beautiful splits here though. The Marines were split beautifully, but Namshar also not really detonating his banelings on top of the... on top of only one Marine. And now Future is trying to come in from another angle. Trades so far were super close. I think Future was in a great position earlier, but now the next point for him to attack is a hatchery that already has a lot of creep covering its entrance. At least this hatchery is facing towards the Terran player, but those banelings are coming in so fast. This is no normal speed zone. What the hell? What is this? You cannot tell me this is a normal speed zone. Future taps out. Is this actually normal speed zone? Is Zerg actually that quick in those speed zones? Whoa. Whoa. That was so... They are so fast. What the hell? I did not know they were that fast. I always knew they were fast, but if you look at the speed zones on Death Aura, you're like, they are fast, but are they really that fast? And then you look and then you look at what just happened, and you realize, holy shit, they are that fast. I don't think you can actually, like, I guess Maru or Innovation can, but for us mortals, can you actually focus fire down the banelings with your tanks before they reach your bio army? I'm not even sure. Wow. Okay, guys. While we are waiting for Future to get this second map started, why not head on over to Maturino? Maturino will provide our players with money. And you can make that money appear out of thin air if you contribute using the code APS205. Also, if you really like what those two players are showing us today, why not contribute a little bit more? For only $3 you can get the replay pack of this whole event, therefore making it amazing. And helping the players. Honestly, everybody helping out with Maturino, you're the real MVP. You're an esport hero, as I said earlier. People using up those Maturino codes, buying replay packs, you are heroes. Okay, you can say, well, but they are just buying the replay packs to get better themselves. But after all the money that is made on Maturino goes towards our players. And that's what it is. That's what makes players keep on going. If it wasn't for that, you heard it at the GSL, Armani would have quit a long time ago. Because it's so hard to actually sustain a decent income with this occupation. Wait. So guys, Maturino, give those players little bit of your time and therefore money, because time is money and money is time. Now, time, the Chinese player, not in this match. We are looking at the Blue Zerg player representing Psystorm Gaming. Give it up for Namshar. Spawning in the bottom left. He's the Red Terran player representing Alpha X. Give it up for Future. Okay, so we saw a nice stim Hellbat timing, which could have worked out incredibly well if Namshar would not have had a decent creep spread. I think if you use that on ladder, you just crush every second Zerg. Your win rate goes to 50% immediately. And even afterwards, you can still win. Future still had it in him to win this match. Namshar just eventually managed to fend off all the aggression that the Terran player was throwing at him, and therefore gaining a lead each time and every time, because the Terran player was not able to contest the Zerg economy. Namshar building drones when a big Terran push is about to hit has to be the biggest meme of this series. And then holding. Let's see if he can perform like this once again. Oh, the barracks not perfectly placed there, but just lifts it, puts it down, and therefore manages to seal off the wall. You know, in Brood War and in Korean StarCraft overall, the wall off is called SimCity, which is pretty fun to me. Like SimCity, obviously referring to that old game, yeah, to that game towards the end of the 90s. I think it was 99, 98, something like that. Right? Somebody in chat check this. When was SimCity? When did they publish SimCity? Oh, so Banshees? Banshees. But no quick third command center. Keep that in mind. We have seen a lot of quick third command centers, but not this time around. Not this time. Future is looking to put the pressure on Namshar with some rather early Hellions and rather early Banshees. And a pretty decently timed stim as well. Okay. Not too many Hellions will be built in this game. We are only at 4 Hellions. Let's see if he keeps it at 1 Banshee or if he... Okay, he commits to 2 Banshees. Going for the command center a little bit later than going for that earlier second gas grants you the stim a little bit earlier, and with that slightly delayed third base, I think you'll have a lot of Marines to follow this up. The early stim. Let's see how much damage the Banshees can do though. First Banshee gets in, gets 1 kill, gets out again. Now the Hellions find themselves surrounded by queens. What a painful death. But at least you died to a queen. Imagine not dying to a queen. Imagine dying to a standard normal foot soldier. Nice micro here by Future. Keeps his Hellions alive. And kills off a queen. In fact, those Hellions did not die by the hands of a queen. They did not die at all, but now they will die to Zerglings. Because they came in really quick. From the shadows. Two Banshees now, once again, going at it with those queens. This one Banshee will fall, but it takes down another queen. So 3 queens already killed off. And another one. And another one. And another one. This Banshee. This is not a normal Banshee. Do you want to know what kind of Banshee this is? This is a DJ Khaled Banshee. Just goes and another one. And another one. And another one. So Future now moving across the map with combat shield done. 1-1 only halfway done, so no big upgrade advantage here for Future. But the 1-1 of Namshar will hit a little bit earlier, so Future definitely needs to be careful not to get caught, because +1 attack and armor upgrades for the Zerg are almost done. In fact, they will be done in 10 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And engage. Can he take down the hatchery? Okay, so this is already a big win for Future. Namshar is trying to set up a surround, but Future's reinforcements just killing off everything that tries to get close to those tanks. Banelings finished morphing in though. The tank sieges, but did it siege too late? Oh, so many Banelings! Where are the splits? Future, you have to start splitting. Come to think of it, this map is super small. We were already at the 3rd base of the Terran with those Zerg units. Okay, in comparison to the last match, Namshar did lose his 4th base, and he is currently only on 3 base economy. Those rolled. Being transferred to the alternative 4th base. Now I love what Future is doing. He's basically walling up with his barracks. Oh, and the Lurker then on the way for Namshar. So he is going back to that composition that brought him a lot of ladder points in the recent past. Gets a nice engagement here. Gets rid of a bunch of tanks, but needs to be careful not to engage off creep, because off creep those Marines can just kite and split for days. In fact, I think, oh god, that one Baneling took down so many Marines. Holy. Namshar once again trying to go off creep, but Future, every time Namshar goes off creep, he punishes it so hard. But now Future is on creep, but there are almost no units left for Namshar to hold this. He's trying to scramble out some banelings, but every baneling that gets morphed in is just killed off by Marines and tanks immediately. And right now this is not looking good for Namshar. And GG is called. Future takes map number 3. This best of 9. 스타투를 방송한 거예요. 우리는 퓨처와 남샤의 경기 중입니다. And the next map is Pillars of Gold. Let's get it on. Let's get this party started. Let's keep them 40s popping. Pillars of Gold. Now, Pillars of Gold should be a map that is pretty good for Namshar's lurker style, because those lurkers can just cover so many angles with only a few positions. You can go up to 4 bases rather easily, and you only have 2 positions you have to defend effectively. And if you get those 2 positions in with those lurkers, it gets really easy to defend. Now, Future, he does like to hit early timings, just like Innovation, for example. So hitting before those lurkers get onto the field might be the perfect way for Future to swing this game into his favor. But that being said, I don't think Namshar will make this easy for Future. Let's get into this match. It's best of 9. Future is currently up 2-1. So guys, give it up for the player who's spawning in the top right. He's a Blue Zerg player. His name is Namshar. And he is representing Psystorm Gaming. Spawning in the bottom left, he is the cheeky boy. He's the Red Terran player. He is representing Alpha X. Give it up for Future. Oh, wer wohnt in der Ananas ganz tief im Meer? SpongeBob SquarePants. Future going for the double proxy racks. And this location is actually quite sweet. I don't think you'd scout there as a Zerg. I think like you scout here, you scout this area, and maybe you scout up here. But I don't think you'll ever scout over here. I honestly don't think any Zerg would ever scout there. I haven't seen any Zergs scouting there. But overall, I don't actually see a lot of Zergs scouting Turex on this map. I've seen Turex being placed over here, scouted, but still got through and killed the Zerg off. I guess I saw Turex build over here. Come to think of it, I think I only saw them build here. Or for that matter, over here, this position. But first Marine pops. Let's see how much damage Future can do. This is pretty much a skill check. If the Terran player gets too much damage done, the Zerg is dead. If the Zerg is defending well, Terran player is even. Or maybe a little bit behind. Now Namshar did go for the pool first, so already in a great position. We saw Solier go for a pool first against the Turex, and what he did was he basically sent his Zerglings across the map immediately to deal some damage against the mineral line of Vindicta. That did not go well for Solier. Solier did not have enough Zerglings on his side of the map afterwards to defend against the Marines. Now Namshar decided to keep his Zerglings and therefore was safe against Future, who then pulled back. He's getting one of his barracks back into his main base and one scouting what the Zerg player is up to. Marines already coming back. They will be welcomed warm. They will receive a warm welcome next to a factory producing a reactor. They can get reactor shakes. I heard they're very tasty. They make you shine. Shine in all the colors. For those Marines, it will probably be red. I think they will shine red. Because their armor is already red. Okay. Viking on the way for Future. He will try to deny any kind of Overlord scouts that he can find. He already tried to lift his barracks over here to scout if there's an Overlord up there, but then decided to not commit to it. Went for the Viking. Viking finds nothing because the Overlord is in fact over here. Did he see the Overlord? Oh, he didn't. Okay. Gets the Overlord now and gets some Hellions across the map as well. Gets a creep tumor, but loses both Hellions in the process. This Viking though is still looking for Overlords. He is on a mission. This mission is to kill off as many Overlords as he can possibly find and kill off. I love this. Oh, I love this. I love how Namshar is just positioning his Overlords in a beautiful circle. How one Overlord makes it into the main base, gets a full scout off, sees, okay, you're going for bio. I can deal with that. I'm fine with that. He is on 3 bases. Leia is coming up. I don't think he will add the Leia for a Spire focused play. I think he will go into those Hydralisks once again. Maybe he'll just prove me wrong. He's adding additional gas, the Speen Geysers. So this could still be Spire. Let's see. What shall it be? On the other side, Future claims his 3rd base. Going into 1-1 upgrades for his bio units. And in fact it is a Spire. Misclick there. Interesting. I figured Namshar would go for Hydralisks on this map just to get into that lurker tag really fast, but it appears that he prefers to go for a Spire, or possibly he's just playing a big mind game on all of us, saying I actually like lurker, but because everybody expects me to go for lurkers on this map, I will just go for Mutalisks to counter your thoughts, your expectations. Future here getting into a nice position. Those Banelings will get focus fire down. Okay, never mind. Never mind, Banelings are fine. Zerglings going for Zerglings and Banelings going for a big surround here onto Future's army, coming in from 2 angles. Those tanks will get picked off. They were eaten alive by the Zerg. I tell you, those pesky things, they just take what they want and then they creep all over your garden. Namshar is trying to find angles in which he can get into Future's production, mineral lines, just to disturb him anywhere. And with that creep spread, he's doing a great job at that. Gets in for a small counterattack, but Future, he is pushing across the map. Namshar pulling back his queens. Should not try to engage off creep unless he's coming in for a big surround once again. A big surround. You see what I mean? Okay, so earlier I said if... Okay, GG is called. Earlier I said a lot of Zerg players like to go into Mutalisks way too early and then die to the 1-1 push out of the Terran. But this time around, Namshar was not greedy, did not go for the super fast mutas. We just saw mutas joining the battle right at the end, which was rather late. 4th base already done, 5th base on the way, which allowed him to get out so much more Ling Bane to defend and crush those Terran pushes, that Future in the end pretty much killed himself by just being overly aggressive. If your opponent is going for Ling Bane only, best thing you can do is just go for drops or stay at home. Your pushes, unless you hit really precise timings, will not do too much. You will just take a little bit too much damage. But something is telling me the next map will be Future's map, because if you lose in this best of 9 series, you get to pick the next map, and Future just picked Submarine. So with Submarine being the next map, I think Future has a good shot. We saw it on Lightshade and on Oxide already. Whenever Future gets his rally push going, Future will just roll over you. No problems, easy peasy. But if you can interfere with those rally pushes, if you can force him to siege in bad positions, if you can go for big surrounds, you get the heads up. And on Submarine, Future can actually get into nice siege positions and pressure the Zerg and therefore trade well. And his reinforcements are just there so quickly. Okay guys, it's getting late. It's 2 o'clock over here. But I will stay strong if you stay strong. We are map number 4. It is spawning in the top left. The blue Zerg player representing Psystorm Gaming. Give it up for Namshar. Spawning in the bottom right though. He's the red Terran player. He just lost on Pillars of Gold. Give it up for Future. Representing a Team Alpha X, of course. Any of you ever read the StarCraft lore? Like the books, the actual books? Because I never did, and I wonder if it's worth reading, or in fact listening to the audiobooks. I don't know how you feel about this stuff, but like for me, reading has always been rather exhausting. Like, I'm a really slow reader, so reading is rather exhausting. Now, I love reading stories. I love thinking of those stories. So and so on and so forth. Oh. But I just don't like the act of reading, because I usually read something and I'm like, wow, I think I read really fast, and then I look at the pages and I'm like, I took an hour to read like 15 pages, 20 pages. Are you for real? And that's usually the point I start up the audiobook and just listen to the book, because it's just so much easier. Now, Reaper expand it is for Future. He is trying to find some damage, but nice micro here by both sides. Namshar really keeping those drones alive. And Future really keeping his Reaper alive, even though it was on the brink of getting caught by those Zerglings so often. Also finds the perfect time to get out again to dodge those queens. Gets into the main though, looking for some additional scouting information. Oh my god. This Reaper is so close to dying. Oh my god. Can it actually get away? Oh my god. This is Tom Cruise. This is the Tom Cruise Reaper. I am sure this is... Oh my god. This Reaper is getting his task. He is getting his... I'm just missing words. I can't even think of the words in my mother tongue. He is getting his missions by the MIF. Okay. Now that the joke is ruined and I look like an idiot, let's get back into this match. Cloak on the way for Future. Now he did start stim as well. He does have enough gas for it, because he did get that second gas a little bit earlier. Not going for that 3cc variation of the build. Is going into the third base though, might get a bunch of drones, gets one drone. Oh, those drones lined up perfectly. 5 drones killed so far, make it 7, but now the Reaper and the Marines will most likely fall, but there is already a follow-up pressure coming with those Banshees. First Banshee already arriving at the natural, taking down one drone. Oh, you cannot lose that Banshee though. Beautiful positioning here with that Spore Crawler by Namshar, because this is the space where most of the damage is dealt by Banshees. This and this, because it's in between the bases. It's where all the drones have to move through. And if you can secure those spots, man, finding damage with those Banshees gets so hard. It's just immediately GG. Not quite that hard, but it gets really hard to find any damage with Banshees. Now the Banshees are coming in for a couple of drone kills once again. Gets 3 kills, and this Banshee has to get out of there. Get it. Run, little Banshee, run. Dies. He had a long and prosper life. Not like the battle cruiser we saw on Lightshade. That one, I guess that one was alive for a long time as well, but it was a big boy, so basically the smaller you are, the longer the time you are alive in comparison to the same time of a bigger unit. I don't know where I'm going with this. Guys, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Okay. Banshee did get out of there. Now Future is setting up a rally push, but Namshar smartly already forcing a stim and forcing all of Future's units back with a small counter attack. Now Future did decide to go for a little bit of creep clearing, but those Zerglings are coming in once again, taking down SCVs, and I think Future has to make this push work right now. I really think he has to, but Namshar is already coming in for a surround. The slow Banelings though off creep are not going to do anything except die. All you can do is die. Marines taking down a Spore Crawler now chipping away at that 4th base. Only 2 seconds until Baneling speed finishes. Does finish after all. But the Banshee is now taking down Banelings. And those Banelings are running from the Banshee. I love it. What's happening? Zerglings once again trying to go for a counterattack, but with this wall of complete, I don't think this counterattack is going to deal any big amount of damage. He's getting into the 3rd base, and at the same time we have Future still pushing that 4th base. Big engagement here by Namshar, not quite perfectly played, but those Banelings still get decent connections, and behind all of this, 9 SCVs have been killed off. The 4th base of Namshar falls though, and Namshar, he is on 30 army supply against the 75 of Future. Namshar needs the perfect Baneling connections. Better even if he has Baneling mines and just kills all of the Marines instantly with those. Because otherwise I'm not sure if he can actually bring it back in this game. His worker count is better than Future's, but he cannot build any workers now, which allows Future to actually catch up in workers. And if Namshar is not careful, he will be behind in workers and army, and currently a lot of his Banelings are moving into that 3rd base location once again, but with all of those Banelings gone, I think Future will feel pretty confident in pushing on creep, because there cannot be that much Baneling army left for Namshar. Oh no, that hatchery was just about to be done. It's done in fact, but It will not be for a long time, because the Terran army is already in position to take it down. The tanks focus firing down all the banelings, and what's left is a bunch of Zerglings and a GG and Future's second map win. Wow. Did he? Let me think. Yeah, he did. He did. My bad. I think he did. He won. Wait a second. So Future definitely won Lightshade. Did he win Oxide? Let's just... Okay, first map, Lightshade. Future wins that one. Then we have Jagannatha. Namshar wins that one. Then we have Oxide. Future wins that one. Then we have Pillars. Namshar wins that one. And now Future won Submarine. So we are looking at map number 6. Okay, chat is right. I'm wrong. Score is 3-2 for Future. And the map is Romanticide. Oh, I'm actually excited for this one. I actually want to know how Future approaches Romanticide. Let's go. Correct map score this time around. Spawning in the bottom right of Romanticide. He's the blue Zerg player representing Psystorm Gaming. Give it up for Namshar. And spawning in the top left, he's a red Terran player. He is representing Team Alpha X. He's currently up by 1 map. Give it up for Future. Oh, Future is one of the cheekier boys. Cheeky Future. He's getting 3 wrecks and it's not in his main. Cheeky Future. Can Namshar scout it and defend it at all? Cheeky Future. Oh, 3 racks. But Namshar, he's already anticipating something like this. He is going for a pool first. Now let's see. If he gets a Rotron, I think he just straight up wins, right? Because he gets Ravages and then just kites those Marines for days. Getting 6 Zerglings right now. He has no idea that there is proxy ranks coming. Oh no. Okay. He sees everything. But this time around Future is committed. He has to be. It's 3 racks instead of the 2 racks he went for earlier. This time around he needs to deal damage. He cannot just retreat. Okay, Namshar will lose 1 overload. This hurts. On low economy, this hurts so much. We'll get 1 Marine, maybe 2. Okay, loses a Zergling. What do we have at home? We have a Spine Crawler and a bunch of additional Zerglings. We have a Queen. Okay, the Marines should be focus firing down the spine crawler, I think. I think second queen is joining the battle with the spine crawler and Zerglings. I don't think that Future can break this. And GG is called. Namshar ties it up to a 3-3. Let's see if we get another cheese today. I wonder if Namshar is going to go, will be going for another pool first in the upcoming match, or if he will just mix it in every now and then. I guess, like, romanticide, I would not expect the Terran to go cheese. Is the next map Death Aura? Yeah, right? Yes. Oh. You guys know what game was supposed to be published today? Baldur's Gate 3. But developers have decided to delay it by a week. And even before, apparently it was only supposed to be an early access. The early access date. So I'm like, I really wanted to do this. I wanted to play this game, but I don't want to play early access because early access kind of sucks. I don't know. Every time I played or looked at early access titles, I was disappointed in the end. Man, where's the sad music coming from? Come on, StarCraft, it's not that sad. Or is it? Is early access the saddest thing to ever happen to gaming? I think the only early access title I ever played was PUBG. Players Unknown Battlegrounds. I think other than that I never actually touched an early access title. You guys remember what Fortnite was supposed to be? Fortnite was supposed to be a co-op zombie game. Yeah, think about that. But before and after thinking about that, let's think about our players. Spawning in the bottom right, he's a blue Zerg player representing Psystorm Gaming. Give it up for Namshar. Spawning in the top left, he's a red Terran player representing Team Alpha X. Give it up for Future. I wonder when we'll see. Oh my god, he was. Okay, so I was about to say, I wonder when we'll see the first. When we'll see Command Center first build, because I'd really love to see those back in the rotation. Okay. So Namshar forced to go for pool first because of that engineering bay block. But because of that engineering bay block, that gas for Future is super late, so we will not see a Reaper expand. We will instead see a Marine expand there is our command center. Oh, those arms are... You know what, there was a guy whose purpose in making this game was to animate this. Your job is to animate the building. Well, wow. That sounds like a lot of fun. Okay, we have 2 barracks so far. Is this a 16 marine drop? Are you going to drop those or just walk them across the map? Oh, sweet micro! Oh, sweet micro! Loses all the marines though. And 2 Zerglings remain. Oh, pulls away the SCV. Very smart play here by Future and gets those 2 marines out just in the nick of time. No, Future knows though there is an overlord and he's coming for it. Ah, he can't see it no more. He's scanning. Yo, you know the Terran player is annoyed by your overlord if he starts scanning your overlords. Oh my god. Namshar must feel pretty good with this. That could have been a mule mining 250 minerals. And now it's a scan killing off a 100 minerals cost overlord. I guess this early in the game you don't really want to lose that overload, but losing it is not the worst that could happen to you. I'm just still keeping an eye on that entrance of Future's natural to see if anything leaves, but nothing leaving so far. It looks like we will indeed see the 60 marine drop. It's super interesting. For a while this build completely disappeared from the meta, and now we are witnessing another change in the meta because 2H Spire better has been so popular. Terran players are just like, no, you don't get to do that. If I go for 60 marine drop, you take endless damage. And if you don't, then I still deny your creep. So, Future moving across the map with his drop now. Should be careful not to lose it to those queens, which are coming in to intercept the drop. Yo! Did they buff those speed zones? I can't remember them being as fast. I don't remember them being as fast. Holy moly. Now, evolution chamber's a little bit late for Namshar, but in return the Spire is pretty early. Let's see what he will get with that Spire, if it's going layer, if it's going to be a Spire or the Hydralisk. Then for now, Future once again using a scan, only killing off 1 creep tumor though. This one was way better. Important thing is to keep those marines and the medivacs alive, to keep some pressure on the side of the Zerg, and to keep the map controlled. Now Future needs to keep this drop alive because his reinforcements are moving across the map. With those reinforcements he will be able to put even more pressure onto the Zerg player, But he needs to keep his army alive. He cannot lose any Marines. And especially no tanks. Sieging those tanks now. Pushing onto the high ground. He is only pushing with a small bunch. He's a little bit scared of a big surround coming in. And does not want to get his Marines in a bad position where they get surrounded and then a bunch of banelings come in to clear them off. Now, while he is trying to micro on this side of the map, there was a small counterattack planned by Namshar. Oh, Namshar once again trying to kill off everything, gets the 2 tanks, but he loses so much. He lost so many Zerglings and Banelings. I'm not sure if he can hold the follow-up push because the next wave of Marines and tanks are moving across the map. Those Zerglings to interrupt the stream of units here for Future are beautiful, though. Beautiful as well is the drop of Future into the main base. Look at this. He's pushing in at 2 fronts. He's pulling back in the main to micro at the 4th base. But at the same time, we have a run by at the natural of Future, and he's only on 2 bases. Picks up at from the main and goes and pushes into the 3rd base. Do we even have a 3rd command center? Yeah, we do. We do have a 3rd command center on this map for Future. He is slowly but surely sieging his way across the 4th base location. We'll get into dangerous area here for Namshar. The split, if the splits are good and the splits are decent, he might just take everything down, but not enough splash damage it looks like, or does it? Future still with the supply lead and with 65 to 52 army supply, he is looking pretty healthy. The Liberator count as well going up to 4. He's just claiming the main. He will just claim the main base. He's like, no, you don't get to engage me at your 4th base location where you get a nice surround. I'm in your main now. And you will have to get through a tank and 4 Liberators if you want to get here. And those 4 Liberators will just zone out all of your queens. And now with the main base fall, the spawning pool is under siege as well. Namshar is trying to get on top of those Marines, but those Marines will just pick up, and will get dropped again. Okay, with those Spore Crawlers, it looks like he is finally able to push Future out of this position, but he already lost so much. One thing that is that is going in his favor is the creep. He's almost at the 4th base location of Future with that creep, which will make it so hard for Future to actually move across. Did he get Liberator siege range? No, that's normal range. Okay, but I love the play here by Future. Oh my god, how often do we actually see Liberators being used this early on in the game? Sieging his way towards the 4th base of Namshar. Needs to be careful though. The run by at the 3rd of his own 3rd base, dealing quite a lot of damage. Those tanks need to take down the Banelings. Okay, Baneling count killed, cleared, easy. Now let's see how much how much damage Future can actually continue dealing. Because Namshar, he should be pretty dead. I think we are seeing the last twitches in in this game. Namshar just lying there, twitching a little, and Future is standing above him, shouting at him, "Where are your lings and banelings?" Namshar's like, "I don't know." He's already halfway into going to his dreams. He's halfway knocked out. Okay, Namshar. Do you want to play Romanticide or not? Okay, so originally Namshar said Romanticide. Vitamin was like, "Really? Again?" And then he said, "Never mind, I'll take Jagannatha." Jagannatha was one of those maps where he looked pretty strong and where Future was struggling a lot. Now let's see if we will see a similar game as we did before, or if Future has another trick up his sleeve to claim this last match for him, because he is going into his match point. It's match point for Future on Jagannatha, but spawning in the top right, he is the Blue Zerg player. Give it up for Psystorm Gaming's very own Namshar. And spawning in the bottom left, he is Alpha X's very own Red Terran player. Give it up for Future. Okay, Future. I don't know. So far, those cheeky plays did not pay off too well for you. And this barracks already seems kinda late. I'll be honest, I'm not sure if this is the play. But let's see. It's match point. So 3 maps, 3 wins for Namshar to the 4 wins of Future, and Future decides to go for these cheeky proxy racks. I wonder if Namshar is going to scout him. He's not. He's not. Oh no. He's even walking backwards a little bit. Can Future make it happen? Can he make it happen with a bunch of Marine boys and SCVs? Is this the hero Marine that Future was looking for? Is this the hero Marine that Future was hoping for this time around? He's not facing a pool first. Namshar did go for the hatchery first. He's pulling all the drones. All of them. Can Future hold on? It all depends on his stutter step micro. The first drone has already fallen. Second and third fall as well. Fifth, make it 5. Maybe 6, 7. 7 drones down already. 2 bunkers up. Now it's all about, do those Marines get into the bunker or not? Keep in mind there is a follow-up to all of this. Oh my god, Future is microing his heart out. 7 drone kills and a bunch of circlings died off as well. The Overlord will most likely fall. Oh, and suddenly this is a very good start for Future. Taking down 7 drones. Let's look at the units lost tab. 7 drones, 6 circlings, and an Overlord for 2 SCVs and 4 Marines. Oof. Oof, my boy. My guys. This is not looking good for Namshar. In fact, it's looking really good for Future, who has his second command center coming. And he's even building it on the low ground. If you're a Terran player and you went for proxy 2 Rex and you are confident enough to place your command center on the low ground, then you know you're in a good spot. What are those barracks doing? Aha. Aha. Where's the armory? Will we see an armory with this? You are moving. You're moving in to build an armory, aren't you? There's an armory coming. Yes. There's the armory with additional Marines built by those proxy racks. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. This is not good for Namshar. This could be a really strong timing here for Future. Okay, so Namshar sees the drop. He knows. By now he should know. He sees Marines in a medevac. He probably knows about a bunch of Hellions as well. He knows. Okay, Spinecrawler on the way. Where is it? Over here. Spinecrawler on the way. Baneling Nest on the way. He's panicking. He just cancelled the gas in his natural. Oh my god, Autobots! Roll out! Oh, there's no splash damage to contest those Marines and the Hellbats. The medevac was focus fired down for quite a while, but the damage is still there. Zerglings popping out and being killed off immediately. A bunch of Marines and Hellbats killing off Queens, Zerglings and drones. You name it, it's getting killed. Oh my god, behind all of this there's a Liberator coming, additional Hellions are being built, and like there are just so many units for Future right now. I don't think Namshar can turn this around. He doesn't think so neither. Future takes this series with a convincing 5-3 and a bunch of cheeky plays. Now guys, if you enjoyed this series, make sure to go on over to Matcherino, sign in and contribute with the code APS205 to support those players and to get some money into the StarCraft 2 scene and become an esport hero. Also, if you want to see how Namshar took those maps off Future, or if you want to see how Future managed to edge out those wins, go on over to Matcherino. There is a replay pack for only $3. So why not grab them? Why not grab them? Anyways, this will be everything for tonight. Thank you to all of you and everybody who was watching. I am Black One, It was a pleasure to bring this 2 best of 9s to you. And now, probably go to sleep, because it's almost 3 o'clock in the morning and I want to get up tomorrow. If possible, before 12 o'clock. So, have a great day, night, wherever you are. See you guys. Bye bye.